matching? Are we matching? My special girl. Whoa, okay. Okay. Hi, I am aware that I haven't posted in a couple of months. I am also aware that my eyeliner is not very good. I haven't done it in a couple hundred years, I'm sorry. I'm also very aware that I am 522 years old and still cling to inanimate beings with sentimental value, but you know what? You clicked on this video and you're gonna let me talk about them. I've had a very rough couple of months and I just need to selfishly comfort myself because no one else will. The creatures you are about to be exposed to have been with me during various parts of my life. Some are very old, some are very new. So that's very exciting because you get to see I'll kind of explain like what was going on in my life, I think. Not too in depth, of course, because some of them came during very inconvenient times. Convenient that they showed up because I'm glad that they supported me during that time. But you know, just times that I wouldn't enjoy lingering on too much. Anyway, let's get started. Let's talk about the first little fellow on our list. This is Henry. Or Harry, I don't know, his name keeps changing. Harry is some type of bear dog creature. He has like a short little tail. He's got like this carpet texture like fur. I think he was softer when I first got him, but it's been so long. I've had him. He is made by Manhattan Toy. There's the tag that I'm not sure if it's focusing very well, but you know. It looks like he was made in 2020, which is about when I got him, so he was quite new. It doesn't say how to clean or wash him, but he has stayed relatively clean and hygienic over the past few years. So I guess I've had him for maybe 3 or 4 years. I got him when my only friend from high school, my only remaining friend from high school, came over to visit me in college. So thank you so much for giving Henry to me. I love him so much. I hugged him literally nonstop for like a week after she left because she just came up for the day and then she had to go. But yes, I hold that friend very dear and close to my heart, and I also hold him very dear and close to my heart, even though his name kind of switches up every now and then. It's not that I don't bother to remember, it's just what feels right changes from time to time. Do you understand? Look at him! Look at him! I love him. I love him. I really like his color. I love pink. Pink is my absolute favorite color, and he's just like this perfect, like softer, kind of gray tinted pink. Maybe it's the dirt that's accumulated on him from traveling so much, because I've traveled so much in the past like few years. He's been through a lot, so he might be a little bit dusty. That might be the case for him. Anyway, that's Henry/Harry from my best friend from high school. I love you, best friend from high school, if you're watching. Okay, next up is the very lovely Maggie. This is Maggie. I actually took her from a therapist's office. I was going through a lot while I was seeing this therapist. I was very fixated on Maggie. She was sitting on a shelf, you know, just like that. And she was next to some books and stuff, and the therapist saw that I was staring at her nearly the whole time, and she was like, would you like to take her home? And I was like, well, like, she's yours, so like I'd feel bad for ripping her from her home. She's like, no, I have no use for her. And I was like, okay. Maggie has a detachable dress. It's awesome, but she likes to keep it on, but it's really cute. I'm not going to show her naked because I don't think she would like that very much, but the way that you take it off, it's just like a little, there's like a little button here, and it's like hooked, and literally you can just, like, how cute is that? I'm sorry, Maggie, it's hot over here anyway. You probably needed to cool down for just a second, yeah? She's got a curly little tail on the back. She is crocheted. I do keep this bow on her a lot. At first it was just for like storage purposes, but I think it looks really cute on her given like the black, white, and red motif, so I figured I'd leave it on. But yeah, Maggie was there during a very, very difficult time in my life. Well, I met her during a very difficult time of my life, and she has been here ever since, and we love her. So thank you for being here, Maggie. Oh, I forgot to mention too, I guess the ages, Henry I got maybe when I was 19 or 20. Maggie I got when I was maybe 15, 16, maybe 14, I'm not sure. This is a newer addition to our little group, Wembley, named after the Wembley Stadium. Wembley is an opossum. I saw him at like a vendor pop-up thing. They were giving out pancakes, like mini pancakes, and like just like displaying art. So one of the vendors just made little creatures that were just like also crocheted, it seems like a little more tightly crocheted than Maggie is, it looks like, and they were more compact. As you can see, they're smaller. He has like a little tail, and he's wearing like a little frill collar, and I really liked him. I was stuck among a Mimikyu, him, and like a little creepy rabbit type thing. I thought the creepy rabbit was really cute, but I really liked Wembley. But something about Wembley was calling me, and I already have a Mimikyu of some kind. So look at that little guy. Can you believe it? He's got eyebrows. He's got eyebrows. The person that was selling them was very, very sweet. I don't remember their name, but it was so funny. I saw like their stand, and I like did this because I was very excited. And they were like, I saw you doing the grabby hands, and I was like, and I was like a little embarrassed, but also like glad because I knew that they weren't judging me for that. Maybe they like related to that experience. Anyway, that's Wembley, and I got him sometime this year. Actually, I got him in like May, more like May. I don't remember, it was a couple of months ago. He hasn't been here long. He's the newest little addition to our little group. Okay, we have reached our senior citizens of the group. This fine young man is Charlie. Charlie only has one eye. They're actually, you screw them in, but I kept track of this eye for like a couple of years after it was gone, and now it is missing. I am not entirely sure of where it is. And I was a little bit sad that I wasn't able to find it, but you know what? I think it builds character. I also tied this bow around his neck. Whether it's supposed to be in the front or the back, I'm not really sure. I kind of like it being on the back. It was more ribbon-like, but it just kind of keeps getting undone and turns into this. So I've just decided to leave it as is, because he might want it that way. That's the only explanation on why it keeps getting undone. Anyway, I got Charlie while I was at the hospital for a couple of weeks. When I was so young. It must have been before I was 7. So I was quite small. I just remember being a bed for a really long time, and there were lots of spots on my legs. There was a really long word for what was wrong with me, but nobody that was there remembers what it was. So I will never know, I guess. I just know that I had a lot of spots on my legs, and it was very painful to move them. And I had some spots on my arms too, but it wasn't quite as painful to move them. I don't think it was chicken pox. That's what it sounds like when you say you've got like these red blotches all over, but I would remember that. I would remember that it was called chicken pox, I feel like, but whatever. Unless they used a really fancy name for it or something, but I'm not totally sure. Anyway, they asked me what my favorite animal was, and I was stuck between fox and a dog at the time. So I said dog, and then they were like, okay, and then I woke up and I remember Charlie just like being in the bed with me. Waking up to that comfort was so nice, and I'm getting a little bit emotional thinking about it because I remember seeing him and being so happy. I was so miserable during that stay. It was one of the most miserable stays at a doctor that I'd ever had in my life, and that was just at like before the age of 7. Like to date, that was like terrible because I was in so much pain and I was hooked up to so much stuff. I don't remember feeling like I was going to die, but I was very unwell. But then Charlie was there, and then I named him Charlie because that was what I named my first dog, which we had to unfortunately get rid of because someone that was living with us turned out to have allergies, like very severe allergies. So we rehomed him, apparently. I don't remember exactly what happened though, that was so long ago. He was a Yorkshire Terrier. He wasn't at all like what kind of dog this is, like maybe a Labrador Retriever, maybe? But Charlie is very near and dear to my heart. If something were to ever happen to him, I don't know what I would do. I'd be very sad. Not that I've never lost a beloved stuffed animal before, which I will get into in just a little bit. But yeah, this is Charlie. He's a little bit crusty around this area. I'm not sure why. And I can't find a There's a tag on him, but it's extremely worn. All the print has rubbed off. There's like, yeah, I can't make anything out. So I don't know where he's from or manufactured by, but that doesn't really matter to me. He's my Charlie and I love him. Before I get into the last one, I want to quickly talk about Panda. I never named this animal. I just remember that I got him from, I was in kindergarten and I did something good apparently, and I was able to get something out of a blue prize box. And I saw him, he was this little itty bitty panda full of like little beans or something, not beans, but like beads. I just know that he had like an M or a W, not a W, he wasn't a Webkins or anything, but like the logo had like yellow text and then like a greenish, bluish M or W, I don't remember, I can't remember right now. I'm going to put a picture up of him. That's him. I just called it my Panda. I never named him or anything. I carried him a lot, like throughout school really. I kept him in my backpack, and he'd like, sometimes I'd put him on my desk with me during some classes where I felt it was safe to do so. I also took him to a college audition. This was actually the last time I saw him. I was auditioning for a school in Chicago. The school wasn't in Chicago, it was somewhere in England. But I decided, like, as my like crack pipe dream school of choice, I would audition for that. So the audition took place in Chicago and we had a hotel, and I don't know, I carried him around with me. We went into that really tall building where you can like see through the glass floor and it's tall, and that's where this picture was taken actually. But we left the hotel and I couldn't find him anywhere, and I was gutted. I like cried over him for like at least a couple of months, like periodically, not straight through. It was like a couple of days of crying straight through and being desperate to find him. I called the hotel and they said that they didn't see him, but I think they're lying. And yeah, I lost him when I would have probably been 17 then. But yeah, I had him since like kindergarten. So there was that. It was very sad, but I sort of thought this to not only make myself feel better, but to kind of rationalize it and give it a reason, because I'm not someone that believes things happen just because. I hate that. No, absolutely not. I think maybe he had served his purpose because he was with me through every college audition that I had. Sorry, I was auditioning on flute to study flute, but I figured that he had served his purpose, I guess, that he had set out for himself. He had served his purpose. He was there for me throughout my pretty much my entire like before college schooling life, and he was like, you know what, I think I've done a good job here, it's time for me to go, but I believe in you, you've got the rest. So if you've ever lost like a very like cherished creature, inanimate creature in your life, shaping it that way has helped me so much. It's just they believed in you. They were like, all right, training wheels are gone, I have to go. I have groceries to get. I don't know, however you want to frame it, but I just know that that's what helped me, and I think that's what happened with Panda. Last but absolutely not least, this is Violet. Violet is a bunny. I have no idea when I got her. I do not remember. She's got these ears that like, I'm not really sure what that material is. It's always been kind of weird to me. But it's got like little specks on it. She's very dirty, I'm sorry. She's lived a long life. She's been around for a really long time, okay? Her tag, I can make out a little bit. Something by Chosun Europe, Appledorn. I don't know if that's ever going to focus enough, but that's Appledorn. She does not have a tail. I don't think she ever had a tail because there is no indentation that implies as such. She does have this like weird red mark. I don't know if someone, I don't know what happened. I certainly didn't do it because I think things are cute when they don't have mouths, but maybe, I think I remember it being a little more vivid and it was just a little dot. Like it wasn't like a smiley or no, it was just a little dot. I'm not sure how that happened. Oh, and on as her ears do, she's also got the weird dotted stuff on her feet. It feels, I don't know how to describe what it feels like. Yeah, this is Violet. I don't know where she came from. I don't know how long I've had her for. As far as I know, I've probably had her all my life. She might be my first friend, but I'm not entirely sure. Unfortunately, because of her mysterious background, I don't have very much to say about her, except for we were separated for a very, very long time until my mother actually texted me a picture of her. We were living very far away from each other at the time. I must have been, no, I was in college by now. I was like 19 or 20 then when she sent over a picture of Violet and she was like, is this yours? And I was like, oh my god. She like totally unlocked a memory and I was like, actually no, here's a crazy story. I did have a dream where she had shown up and I don't remember what I was doing in the dream. I just know that she was there. And then the next day my mother was like, hey, is this yours? And I was like, oh my god, oh. It was very exciting, very crazy. And then she shipped her to me. So thank you, Mother. But yeah, that's Violet. She's my oldest friend. She's very tired, she's very worn, but I think she looks great, all things considered. You're such a mystery, you know? Okay, and that's kind of everyone for now. I did have a lot more, and I have a lot of like franchise characters too, but I kind of just wanted to talk about the non-franchise characters right now. Maybe I'll talk about like, I don't know, I just don't have that much of a story for most of my franchise ones other than like they were gifts. And then I lost a lot of friends during all my moving. I've moved a lot in my life, so, and that's just part of my past, I guess. I'm sure they're being loved somewhere in the world. But yeah, thank you for letting me talk about my friends, about where they came from, you know, their little life stories with me, and also sharing some parts of my life from when they came around. So I still don't know how to quite end videos here yet. I will figure it out eventually, but or I won't, whatever, who cares. All that matters is that you stuck around up till this point, so I want to thank you. And if you want, check out my 2 other videos that I have on here so far. I'm sorry I didn't post last month. I might have forgotten to post the month before that too. It's been a very difficult couple of months for me, to be honest. But I plan on taking my angst and putting it into videos and, you know, just having a good time, you know? And I hope that you'll join me in the having of a good time. So thanks for joining this good time, and I'll see you in the next good time. Bye.